The most interesting thing about this book, in my opinion, is the back cover. It says Ariel's sisters are all older than her, and they're all teenagers. That's impossible unless some of them are twins or triplets. Which ones? Now I really want to know.
Argofont Book Review, Argofont Book Review.
The princesses are singing at the concert hall. They notice Countessa Oystera is there with her mean daughter Pearl. Pearl's always rude and selfish, but she pretends to be nice around adults, so they all like her. King Triton volunteers to let Pearl stay with them while her family's on vacation. Pearl wastes no time in bossing Ariel around, basically telling her, "Stop reading and entertain me." While Pearl flirts with a boy named Gil, Ariel leaves with Flounder. They find some human items, including a pair of eyeglasses. Pearl catches them. She threatens to tell Ariel's father she's breaking the rule against collecting land objects. Now Ariel has to follow all of Pearl's orders. Pearl forces Ariel to take her seahorse riding. It's a disaster. Pearl refuses to follow directions. She breaks the fence. All the seahorses escape, and Ariel has to save Pearl's life. Sort of. As Ariel points out, Pearl can't be thrown by a horse because they're underwater, so her life was never in danger. Pearl doesn't care for Ariel's logic on this point. Pearl lies to King Triton about what happened. She says everything was Ariel's fault. Ariel is punished for being so careless and thoughtless. Sebastian's smart enough to know Ariel isn't guilty. I guess that means Sebastian trusts Ariel more than her father does. Next, Pearl insists on going to Eel-ectric City, a bright and shiny town. It's kind of fun, but also dangerous. A curvy dancing octopus beckons them inside a building. The building is immediately raided by the Mer police. Everyone inside is arrested. I am so curious about what was happening in that building. They go to a fortune teller's tea house. Pearl doesn't like her fortune, so she causes a scene and refuses to pay. Ariel and Pearl are forced to run away and hide from eel guards. Pearl explains she's jealous of Ariel. She thinks Ariel gets to do whatever she wants because she's a princess. Not really. Yes, Ariel usually does whatever she wants, but that's more of a rebellious teenager thing than a princess thing. King Triton catches the girls. Again, Pearl lies and blames Ariel for everything. King Triton is furious and grounds Ariel for a long time. Maybe now Pearl will stop thinking that Ariel's dad lets her do whatever she wants. Earlier, Ariel heard a rumor about humans dumping treasure. Ariel can't resist going there, even though she's grounded. Pearl follows after Ariel. Disaster strikes when it turns out the humans are dumping fishing nets, not treasure. Pearl is caught and hauled out of the water. Luckily, Sebastian arrives in time. He helps Ariel find a sharp clam so she can jump out of the water, cut the rope, and free Pearl. I was a little surprised by this scene. I honestly thought Ariel was going to throw Sebastian at the fishing net. He could easily cut the ropes with his big claws. It's the end of the book, so it's time to wrap things up. Ariel realizes Pearl does not know about the secret grotto. Pearl thinks Ariel's only human item is the eyeglasses. Ariel readily gives up the eyeglasses in order to free herself from Pearl's blackmail. At the same time, King Triton realizes Pearl is the true troublemaker, and he apologizes for not trusting Ariel more. The end. Post-book follow-up. This was an okay book. It's fairly short and simple, definitely the sort of story you'd see in a typical family sitcom. More effort could have been put into Pearl's character. Her personality and motivations aren't well defined or consistent. The title tells us she's supposed to be jealous of Ariel, but she doesn't act that way. She mostly acts like a mean, selfish person who makes foolish decisions whenever the plot demands it. 95 days after this book came out, the Little Mermaid TV show had an episode starring Pearl. That episode is called Eel-ectric City. It's fairly different from this book. There's no blackmail. Pearl is a party girl who loves to break the rules. She goads Ariel into stealing her dad's chariot and driving recklessly. Pearl takes Ariel and her sister to a dance club at Eel-ectric City, where they get into trouble with a gang. Clearly, the author of the book was told Pearl is a minor antagonist who forces Ariel to go to the mermaid version of Las Vegas. I doubt the author was told much beyond that. Maybe that's why I think Pearl in this book was a little off. The author was trying to match an episode of a TV show that she had never seen. Overall, it is a fine book. It's an original Little Mermaid story. I'm sure young chapter book readers loved this series when it first came out. If my daughters were the right age for this series, they would certainly love it. I give The Little Mermaid #1, Green-Eyed Pearl, a thumbs up.